Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching the latest episode of Miss Marvel, episode number 4. Now, after spending the first 3 episodes in Jersey, we happened to move to the location of Karachi, which is a big city in Pakistan, where Miss Marvel happens to meet her grandmother that she's been seeing throughout the series, and so she can find out exactly what the train is that her Bangle's constantly been showing her, and what she should do next. On top of that, Kamala gets to have a little bit of a tour of Karachi, while she also meets this boy in a red mask named Kareem. Turns out he's involved in this organization called the Red Daggers. Seems like more like a vigilante group than anything. And he and his teammates happen to show Kamala that the Djinn are planning to basically tear open the veil that separates their world from Earth. And if that veil is torn open, the Djinn will basically consume the entire world and add it to theirs. So yeah, they're bad news, and especially considering that the Department of Damage Control seems to be rather terrible at their jobs, the Djinn escape, and they're after Kamala, as expected, which leads to a pretty fun action scene that actually kind of reminds me a lot of Indiana Jones and various other chase scenes. And, yeah, that's basically what happens throughout the episode. And I do think the action, while it's not on the level of, say, a Marvel film, it still looks rather good for a TV series, or at least a Disney Plus streaming show. It happens to really rely more on the fun of the chase more so than any real major violence. And it works perfectly well with Miss Marvel's established, more teen-friendly power set. And I do think that Kareem's a fun little fellow who I think could work well as a sidekick for the remainder of the episodes. He has a nice chemistry with Kamala. He happens to have a lot of charisma when it comes to his actor. And Iman Vellani works well off of him and the other Red Daggers. On top of that, Kamala has a vision about that train and the station that it comes from at the very end of the episode that honestly feels like it could delve into some dark territory, especially since they've been building up that history throughout the series. I also like the fact that Sana, Kamala's mother, isn't portrayed as just a one-dimensional antagonistic figure. She actually has a lot of character development of her own when it comes to her relationship with her mother, especially since Kamala's grandma is the one who's been helping her out throughout the series. But at the same time, it's implied that she hasn't exactly been the best grandmother as a maternal figure to, her own daughter, which, I'll admit, it is an interesting interpretation of Kamala's family that I think I would like to see explored a bit more throughout these last 2 episodes. But then again, the plot does need to be resolved, and we only have 2 episodes left to do it, so I'd be fine with just that being quickly done and efficiently done as opposed to keep things rolling when it comes to this plot. And after going through 4 episodes, I'm not exactly seeing why people wanted to hate on the series so much when the trailer came out. Honestly, it feels like the series is just doing its own thing, and it's not really trying to be preachy in the slightest. So, for some people who are just so sheerly vindictive towards the series when it first came out, it feels like all that anger was for nothing. Or, if not nothing, at least it was exaggerated. I wouldn't call this the best Disney Plus series of the bunch, but I wouldn't say it's terrible. I'd say it's perfectly watchable. And I hope these last 2 episodes do raise that to being one of the better Disney Plus series. But we'll see when those 2 episodes come out. See you next time.